Rocket Ethereal here. Today, my goal is to get good at Pac-Man Championship Edition DX Plus or Die Trying. This is going to be my intermediate video, so we've already seen what it looks like when the beginner starts out in this game, and I blundered quite a bit. In fact, there were some core mechanics to the game I completely overlooked, but we'll go over those in a minute. You can already see I have gotten all of the Steam achievements. It says 12 out of 12 there next to the little trophy, and I've gotten 10 of the 12 medals. The two medals I'm missing are the 2 score attacker achievements, which require that you get 1.8 million points in a 5-minute score attack game. So we're going to go in here and take a look at all the stuff that I've unlocked, because I have been playing quite a bit since I filmed that video, and I've gotten a lot better, which you're definitely going to see. So I get the whole course system now. Each course is just a different layout. It's not just a different layout, but it bears a different pattern, a different set of patterns of pellets and ghosts, creating for a slightly unique experience. It keeps it fresh enough to keep going back to different courses. Now, the way everything gets scored here is there's a course rank, which will show my leaderboard position for what I believe is just, I think it's just the regular score attack. No, actually it combines a few modes. So your performance on a few modes in one course kind of aggregate in this section here, and that gives you a letter ranking based on your position in the leaderboard. It's based on a percentile. As you can see, I've unlocked and played almost all of them. There's a few I haven't played yet. Free is an exception because it's just a practice course where you can select the other courses to just mess around on without any sort of time constraint or anything like that. I don't want to play Darkness. Darkness does not look like fun to me. I don't want to be unable to see part of the course. That seems obnoxious. No particular reason for why I haven't played half yet. I just haven't gotten to it. And you remember, I was making fun of Pac-Man Dungeon in my beginner video because I just wondered what exactly this could be, and really it's just a layout. You're looking at what's on the tin right here. It's this small little map that moves very slowly in general, and it takes a long time to speed up at all, and it can get a bit frantic, but in general it's the most relaxed of all of the courses, to be sure. Now we're going to demonstrate how I've come along on my favorite course. My favorite course is definitely Highway. And as you can see from the layout here, it's because there is all of this freedom as to where you move off of the screen horizontally. It has more freedom than any other map, and I really like that. I like that it's more of a grid than an actual maze. So we're going to play on normal difficulty here. And as I start this, I'm going to explain why I was wrong about a lot of things here. So, the way this game works is much more nuanced than even I was able to say in my beginner video. The ghosts are actually there as part of the path. And it's not just the pellets that you need to get, it's the ghosts as well, because when you walk by the ghosts, they join that little snake, and it's not so much about risk as reward as I thought, as it is just giving yourself the opportunity to score more points. So it's just an important thing to do that you're not actually missing the ghosts when you're going about this. Now, the way that the game generates new patterns is very odd to me, because when you get all of the pellets on one side of the map, then the other side of the map gets a pellet pattern. Or, no, it gets a fruit. It gets a fruit that's at the beginning of the pellet pattern, like that. And then when you grab that fruit, the other half of the map gets reset and gets the next pattern in the cycle. I say cycle because there is a preset cycle of patterns that it will go through in a progression. So every time I play this course, every pattern is going to be the same as it was last game. And so part of choosing a course isn't just about the layout, but it's about the patterns that are part of the cycle of pellets and fruits. I understand if that sounds odd, because it is. It's a bizarre system, a very strange way to have a score attack based game at all. But what this means in terms of how the game plays is that there's always this best way, there's always this best path to take for each part of the course, for each pattern in the cycle. There's always this ideal, and it's dictated by where the ghosts and the pellets are located combined, not just one or the other. Okay, so now you're going to see that the patterns are starting over because I've gone through the entire cycle. So really, part of the goal is to progress through the cycle as much as possible. Get through as many complete cycles while gathering as many ghosts as you can. Oh, no. Now, there was one core mechanic that completely eluded me, and that is the presence of the bombs that you can see in the UI at the top right portion of the screen. I didn't know that bombs existed. In fact, the game simply does not tell you that they exist. It kind of just waits for you to figure it out, similar to everything else, because there is no tutorial whatsoever. The purpose of a bomb is to get you out of a tight spot. So if I'm about to crash, if I am in slow-mo because I'm about to run into a ghost and I don't see a way out, a bomb will reset all of the active ghosts on the map, meaning not the sleeping ones, all of the active ones. It will send them all back to the respawn box, just like that. And that kind of gives me a bit of extra time to maneuver in case I screw up, which I'm doing a lot of. As the game speed approaches its maximum of 50, it gets pretty freaking brutal, and I do just, in general, find that I have to use bombs more frequently to survive. I'm trying to get to a point where I'm not going to have to do that, because there's also a penalty to using bombs, and that is that the game speed decreases. The reason that's a bad thing is because this is a timed score attack game, and every second you could be using to get points, you don't want to be using trying to not die. It's just a waste of time. It's inefficient. So I'm having a decent run here. It's not without its flaws. I'm screwing up on a fairly regular basis, but the screw-ups are not catastrophic. I haven't had a perfect run so far, and frankly, I doubt very many people have at all. Just because the skill cap is so high on it, I can't imagine that many people have actually achieved that. Okay, so for a bit of perspective, that achievement is for 1.8 million points, and I scored almost 1.25 million, which it's not fantastic. As I said, I did screw up a few times. I probably could have gotten at least a few more patterns through. I probably could have gone without dying because I died once, and I probably could have gone without just screwing up the path. I succeeded in using very few bombs, so that was good. And I suspect that it's going to be easier to score more points on some courses than others. But you will see here that while I didn't reach my high score this time, my high score on this map is in fact in S rank. And S rank, as it says here, means that I'm in the top 5%. Now, based off of that, that's what I want to set my goal off of for how I'm going to conquer this game. My goal, because it's just so easily measurable, is to get an S rank on every course in the game, except perhaps free, because I just don't think you can get any sort of grade. Yes, there's no grade here whatsoever, so that's not going to happen. Everything else I'm going to become in the top 5% of. And given how quickly I've gotten better at the game and how quickly I've come to understand its nuances, and the fact that I have gotten an S rank on multiple courses, you can see I got it on Junction already, I don't think it's going to be that difficult for me to become one of the world's best players. That said, I am looking forward to showing you what that looks like when somebody has really mastered this game. In the meantime, let's go ahead and try out a brand new course so that you can kind of see a bit more variety. Okay, never mind. Apparently this mode is locked for some reason. Now that I think about it, I don't actually recall seeing Championship 3, but if I did, then this is why I haven't played it. I have no idea why it's locked, but I'm going to figure out how to unlock this mode, this course, and be sure to get an S rank in this course as well. One point on which it seems like it'll be really easy is the point on which everybody is graded on an entire course by their score as aggregated by multiple modes. So I don't think it takes time trials into account. Because I don't think it has a leaderboard for those. I think it only has a leaderboard for the score attacks, but there's multiple score attacks usually. Usually there is a 5-minute and a 10-minute score attack minimum. For some reason, some of the courses just don't even have all of the modes, and it seems really arbitrary to me. I do not understand why that is the case. And in addition to actually getting an S rank on every course, I will be doing all of the time trials for every course just to have completed them, removed the possibility that there's anything the game has to offer me that I haven't already done. So that's my goal. S rank everything, complete all the time trials, complete all of the ghost combo modes as well. And the next time you see me, I will have an S rank on every one of these, and you are going to get to see what that looks like. Until next time, this is Rocket Ethereal, signing off.